Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Everybody Needs a Nudge. Are we calling this Season 3, Root Beer?
Yes.
Season 3, Episode 2.
Yep.
Okay. Today's guest is so I was trying to think about where she is in the pantheon of timing. I would say you're the oldest new employee because it was like a turnover when Madison joined, right? Like Allison left, Bregan was gone, she came in.
Yes, I get it.
So you're like the oldest new employee, Madison Carr. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
And I made sure
Yay!
everybody's Rupe is so happy that there's another girl in the room.
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled.
Unbelievable. And I made sure I said Carr because we were just talking about how I butchered the English language with the Oz. Madison
Just a
Carr.
little razzle dazzle.
Madison Carr. Keith Carter. Root Beer.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I don't have an R in my name.
There's not?
Well, Nigerian, but it's like a hard. You know what I mean? Like a ending R. You know? Not that funny, Root Beer.
I thought it was.
So we got another a newish addition to the show. We ran our pilot last week, or last episode with Keith Carter as the Ed McMahon
To your Johnny Carson.
to my Johnny Carson, and we liked it. I think.
We love it.
Yeah,
The feedback was incredible.
I heard. Who said the feedback?
Like all 10 listeners were just like, that was amazing.
My inbox was flooded.
Blowing up.
Flooded.
Yeah.
Couldn't even keep up.
So welcome aboard.
Thanks,
to
Dan.
your new role.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's a pay bump involved also.
Oh, there is.
We'll discuss that later.
Yeah. There's no money in this podcast yet.
There will be. Once
Well,
the
we got
sponsors- the sponsors-
we got Dunkin Donuts.
Yeah.
Dunkin Donuts. Everybody getting a free spot. Everybody runs on Dunkin, including Madison Carr
True.
from New Hampshire.
Amy also runs on Dunkin.
You run on Dunkin.
Yeah.
We don't know who Amy is on the show.
In my veins.
True.
It's either Walshy or Root Beer.
Root Beer.
Oh,
But you like
sorry.
Mary Lou's too.
I like coffee, but Dunks is my go-to.
Dunk's coffee is terrible.
It's
Gross.
delicious.
It's so good.
Oh my
It's-
god.
They
Give
just
me
came
an
out
IV.
with pumpkin.
Oh yeah,
It's like
Marlene likes the pumpkin. I mean, there you go with the Oz. Marlene. Marlene likes the pumpkin. She likes the pumpkin beer too. What's that, like Shipyard?
Oh yeah.
With the rim,
Well, you quit drinking, so you're not allowed to talk about it.
the day my best friend died.
Yeah, February 21st, 2022. R.I.P.
Oh my god.
So Keithy, you got some stuff going on at the house. Big flood.
Big flood. Yeah. Water main to the toilet went early morning Saturday. Not sure how long it was running, but it was running.
Third floor.
Third floor, all the way down to the basement, right through the kitchen. So we've got kind of a situation going on at the house.
So you want to know what the best part is, though? Want to know what the best
I
part?
do.
The best part about his house flooding.
Yeah,
Thanks, Madison.
Sure.
yeah. Is that the podcast made a business connection? Maddie Gregory,
It sure did.
who's been on the podcast, is Keithy's insurance adjuster.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
So he was at the house.
He's been at the house a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
He's been great. Very helpful.
So the podcast is creating business.
Did his restaurant open?
Not yet.
On that note, I think the soft opening might be tonight and tomorrow night with a full launch on Monday. I thought that was the proposed plan.
Really?
I don't want to speak ahead because I don't want
Well, this isn't going to come out until next Tuesday anyway because of the root beer's
Well, she's busy.
ineptitude. So
This is
it's
true.
fine.
She can edit it.
By then, the place will be wide open.
Well, hopefully we can get that assistant in for Walshy.
Yeah. It's called the Bluefish River Tavern
Yes, it is.
in Duxbury. For all you Duxbury people that know that area, it's where the milepost used to be, which was a big staple in
Huge
in
staple.
town.
Yeah, it was rite of passage for kids growing up in Duxbury to either dishwash there or make salads.
Well, I hope it all works out with your flood.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Just need to find a place to live.
I have.
Go live with Dan.
You could come live with me.
Bunk beds.
Would love that.
Kick Marlene right out. You kidding me? So I'm big on this. You guys following this Deion Sanders story with Colorado football? You're a sports fan, Madison, right?
Sort of. but I
Yeah,
don't know
you
what
like
you're talking
athletes. I know that.
about. You're not wrong.
Are you following it, Keithy?
I am. Oh yeah.
This guy's amazing. So for those who don't know, Deion Sanders is now the head coach at the University of Colorado Boulder. He was at Jacksonville State. He turned that program around, and then he took his show to University of Colorado. And University of Colorado last year was 1-11 or something crazy like that. They stunk. This guy goes there. He completely cleans house. He brings in like 55 new players, including his 2 sons, one of which is the quarterback. And they're now 3-0, and they're like ranked in the top 15 in the country. But what I like about him as a coach is his messaging is so positive, and he's never worrying about what anybody else says. He's never worried about what people think of him. He just does what he thinks is right, and his messaging to his players is unbelievable. But he got asked at a so to that point, 2 quick stories on that. 2 weeks ago, I'm flipping through the TV. I'm going to watch some college football, and I never would have stopped on a University of Colorado football game. Never in my life. That's the one I ended up watching because I wanted to see what's going on with Deion Sanders. They signed him, University of Colorado signed him to a $28 million contract and didn't have the money.
Season tickets.
They ended up, the season tickets that were going for like $100 are now $500. Yeah. Full stadiums. The game last week against Colorado State was the 5th highest ranked, highest watched college football game on ESPN ever.
Wow.
So the power of one guy just sort of, turning this whole thing around. But he got asked at a press conference. I don't know what the question was, but it was something along the lines of like, are you worried about what people think of you or something like that? And his response was essentially, what about me makes you think I care what you think? And I just loved it. He's like, I don't care what you think. It's your opinion of me is not my opinion of me, so why should it matter? And I just think that's such a great message, right?
Right.
I don't care. Why bother with what people think of you? Right, Madison?
Right.
See? She's like, man, that's some deep shit coming from Deion Sanders and Dan Nigerian.
My life's forever changed now.
You know what? People walk out of here, their lives have changed. So follow this guy, Deion Sanders. Follow him. Follow him on Instagram. Calls himself Coach Prime. You got to follow because his messaging is awesome. He had another great line. He's like, don't let my confidence insult your what was it? I'll find it. But it was like, don't let my confidence insult your insecurity. That's what it was. And he's like, just because I'm confident you're insecure, you want to attack me. Don't let my confidence insult your insecurity. I like that. Right?
Right.
Don't feel like you have to be insecure like everybody else. Be confident. Shoulders back. Right? There you go, Keith. Get those shoulders back.
Good.
Yeah.
Sit up straight.
Oozing confidence.
Just oozing confidence. I went to a big-time college football game this weekend.
You
How
did.
was that?
It was amazing, Madison. It was amazing. It was like nothing I have ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yes, it was
Why?
amazing.
Did you drink?
We don't talk about drinking on this show,
Oh, really?
but I'm of age, so I can
so
drink.
Right. What's the big deal?
What
But,
else am I supposed to talk about?
I know, coming from a 24-year-old that lives in Southie, like, wait a minute, we can't talk about drinking?
I thought we were going to have beers this morning.
So it was amazing for a bunch of different reasons. One, the campus was beautiful. It's huge, right? It's like 35,000 people. But I had never seen a college like that had fraternity row and sorority row.
Would Annabelle be in a sorority?
She would be in a sorority.
My little sister's in a sorority right now.
Really?
She loves it. The rules are strict, and you do get in trouble if you're younger and you are crazy.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
I been going on my elliptical again. Keithy's seen me.
I have.
And the guy I'm walking with him, he's in Aspen.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's beautiful. He's snowshoeing? No. Cross-country skiing.
There it is.
Okay. And he's talking about all these incredible places that he's been. And the one that struck me the most was he went to Argentina. and then sailed from Argentina through the Drake Passage. Do you know anything about geography,
No.
Rupia? Madison?
Negative.
Did you take geography at anywhere that you
For
would?
sure.
Yeah. So I didn't really know this either, but apparently the Argentina is at the bottom of South America. Keithy, you probably know this, having been a world traveler with your days in the service, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah. And it's pretty close to Antarctica. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Did you know that, Keithy?
I did this.
You-
Yes.
You did this?
I did it. I did. Yes.
I did this.
I did
Okay.
this.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, me neither. So, but it's separated by something called the Drake Passage. Keithy's nodding his head over there like he's
What, in between Argentina
Professor
and
Carter.
Antarctica?
You guys didn't know that?
I traveled by camel
Come on.
through the Drake.
Everybody
No,
knows
the Drake-
Drake's Passage.
Drake. Yeah. First of all, Madison thinks it's the singer.
Right. Right.
Madison, he already got a passage named after him. He doesn't even have like that many #1 hits. Drake Passage is a waterway that separates Argentina essentially from Antarctica. And I'm simplifying things. But he's like, yeah, I went down to Argentina and then we sailed through Drake Passage to Antarctica and I skied on Antarctica. This guy did. Davenport is his name. And I'm just thinking, I haven't been anywhere. That's all I could think about while I was walking. Like, I haven't been. I'm like, oh my God, I went to Florida.
Yeah, but
Right? He's like, I've been to Antarctica by boat.
if you had the opportunity to go to Antarctica by boat and ski, would you do it?
No,
Exactly.
no, nope. But I want the opportunity. You just want to be invited, right?
I told you that this week.
So let's talk about that. All right, we're a little off track. This isn't really in my notebook, but if you don't want to do something, like let's say there's a party, right? And you really don't want to go to the party. Do you care if you're invited or not?
Yeah.
So you want to be invited, but you don't want.
Even if I can't go to something, if I'm not invited, it hurts a little bit.
So you want to be able to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But if you're not invited, you get mad.
Yeah, because then you don't feel like you were ever wanted there.
Amazing, Madison.
It's a little
You-
depressing,
You hit that
but-
right on the head. That's
But it's,
perfect.
It's true, right?
100%.
Because then you don't feel like anyone misses you.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
What about you, Rupia?
I agree.
You want to be invited, but you want to say no.
Yeah, but I also have a hard time saying no to things. So
Right, we
sometimes
talked about that, especially Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah, so I just don't want to be asked because then I'll figure out a way to.
So the moral of the story is, Johnny, just ask, buddy.
Yeah, just ask.
I won't say no.
4 simple words.
Yo, oh my goodness, this is. I don't know that we can hear this one. We're like touching on some things we shouldn't be touching on. At least,
What, was there a point to your story?
which one?
The one about being invited, not invited?
No point. Just
Oh.
it's been a conversation
Okay.
that my friends and I have been having lately. My friend,
Keith?
Why? How do you feel about it?
I don't care if I'm invited or not. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Do you?
It depends what the event is, and if it's something that, like for Dan, who does something all the time, and it's easy for him to say no, then I can understand Dan's point. But if it's something that it's not done all the time, and it'd just be nice to be once in a while. But hey, Keith, you want to come?
Oh,
Give me the right to say no.
invite him.
It's too
know.
late. It's
But
too
see
late.
that. But see. So. But this is the flip side of it, right? From the inviter to the invitee. If the invitee consistently says no, you just stop inviting them.
Consistently, yes, correct. But
I'm not saying that to you,
oh
Keith.
yeah,
I
no,
just-
it's not even close. I mean, there's no consistency there at all.
Please, I asked you to go fishing
Nope.
15 times a year.
And how often did I go? 15 times.
No,
14.
you started saying no at the end.
Well, it's because we weren't catching anything.
No, that's true. Like if someone always says no to something,
Yeah, then you stop asking them.
Stop asking.
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
That's why every once in a while I have to say yes to things. That's why I'm always doing things, guys, because people ask me to do things all the time.
Because
They
you
want to
wanna
hang
be
out with a
invited.
podcast star, state champion, right?
Yeah.
Tobin champion,
Just
club
The
champion,
list is endless.
champion, winner. You know what winners do, Madison?
What do they do?
What do you think they do? What do winners do, Madison?
They win.
Yeah, exactly. Winners win, Madison. Stay with us, kid. You'll be all right. Coming down from New Hampshire. We'll get you there.
We're almost done.
So one last sort of plug here, right? Duxbury High School hockey golf tournament is tomorrow. If this gets out today, if it doesn't get out today, it's today. None of our listeners could probably play. It's too late to sign up. But any of you listeners out there looking for something fun to do Friday or Saturday night, looking to have a good meal, go to the Chestnut Street Grill in Duxbury, and 10% of your order will be donated to Duxbury High School hockey, which goes towards ice time, locker rooms, bus trips if we have to take one, things like that.
10% of your bill, not your order.
Right, you're not getting the food.
You're not getting the food.
Right, you're getting the money that you pay. Do you think the tip is part of that? No.
No,
right?
I would say pre-tip.
Pre-tip, right? Do you think alcohol? Alcohol, I hope. That's the big money maker.
That's a big money maker.
Yeah. That's where all the money's made in restaurants. Did you know that?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I feel like when I go out to dinner and we don't get drinks, I'm so surprised by how cheap
How inexpensive
the
it is.
meal is.
Yeah. Until you have kids and then they order chicken fingers and eat 2 of them and there's like 5 and then you get pissed that they wouldn't split one, but they each wanted their own meal and you feel like you're throwing money in the street. Right, Keith?
100%.
Yeah.
So you actually don't even order a meal for yourself because
You're just going to eat there.
you can eat their food.
And that's why people get fat.
Yep.
Because they're eating chicken fingers and fries all the time. So be mindful of that. That's my parenting tip. Okay? Don't be eating off your kid's plate. Order your own food. Otherwise you get fat. Keithy and I, not fat.
Not fat. We were fat.
No, never. I was never fat.
Yeah.
Skinny fat man.
Skinny fat man.
So go to the nut. All right? A couple dad jokes to wrap it up, and then we'll get into Madison. She's already laughing. I haven't even told my jokes yet. Does anybody know what kind of doctor Dr. Pepper was? What kind of doctor was Dr. Pepper? Any idea? Any idea?
No.
A physician.
Keith, did you know that one?
I didn't.
Do you look these up before you go on to the podcast?
No, I make them up.
It just comes to him.
Oh, come on.
You get a book when you become a dad.
Yeah. A physician. That's pretty good. I like that. You don't like it?
I do.
Yeah. It's cute. I mean, look, I'm not trying to, compete with Chris Rock here. Just trying to get some laughs. Told my wife she needs to embrace her mistakes.
Being what?
She gave you a hug?
So she gave me a hug. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. Madison Carr. Madison, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Are you excited to be on the show?
I am. A little nervous.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, don't be.
I don't know. The headphones really threw me off.
Yeah.
Hearing my own voice.
Yeah, you don't like that?
No. It just took a minute to get used to it.
Now you know how we all
But-
feel.
I don't mind hearing
That's
my
his
own voice.
favorite part.
Yeah, I love hearing myself talk. It's amazing.
No, I meant hearing Madison talk.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got it.
I missed the joke. Right
Me
over,
too.
right over my head.
It's fine. It's better that way.
Yeah? You don't like the
Yeah.
way you sound?
No, I do, but you know how sometimes when you hear yourself on camera and you're like, that's what I really sound like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People have to listen to that all the time.
But also when you speak, your voice sounds different than when you're listening to it. So now I'm hearing how I actually talk while I'm talking. It's weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I do.
But it's good we're doing this in the morning because then I'd just be thinking about it all day.
Oh, you'd be concerned
know.
about it. Be
Yeah.
stressing you out. Like if you had so if you were when you were in school, if you had like a test at like 2:00, you'd be stressed all
or
day.
even in sports. Keith and I were talking about this the other day because we were talking about the Patriots game on Sunday being at 8:30. And I was like, what do they do all day?
Yeah.
You can't really work out. What are you eating? Because you have a game at 8:30 at night.
Yeah, they have a whole
I don't
system
know.
in place. They probably sleep late.
I want to know their routine.
Well, I mean, I could tell you mine. I'm a former athlete.
What is it? What's the routine when you have a late night
Yeah, you
game?
get up, kind of shake off the hangover, and
Nice long pregame nap.
Yeah, I mean, so like, and I don't know. I'm guessing, but like the NHL guys, right? They wake up, they go, because they play at 7:00 all their games. I'm sure you know your boyfriend is a hockey player, right? So you could ask him, but he probably wakes up, gets in a morning skate, has a breakfast, gets in a morning skate, eats something. They go home, they take a nap, then they come back to the rink and start whatever it is their pregame, warm up is. So they figure it out. But there's a big nap component too, at least in the NHL, because they are playing 82 games, and most of them, if not all of them, are at 7:00 at night, 8 o'clock at night. But you don't have to think about it because we're doing it right now.
True.
You're already halfway through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where did you grow up? Where's home? Where were you born?
Well, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Manchester, New Hampshire is where I grew up.
Okay.
And went to college.
Well, slow down here. I mean, we're not going to blow through all of it, right?
I just meant like I never left until.
So you never went skiing in Antarctica?
No, but I mean, add that to the bucket list.
Yeah, definitely. Sail through Drake's Passage and listen to his music. I think they pump it right into the boat the whole time.
I mean, it would make sense.
And so brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters and a brother.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
I did. Yeah, they take an interest in my life, Dan.
I guess. Oh, you're saying I don't. Well, I guess I don't. I mean, I should know. How long have you worked here?
Almost a year.
Wow.
A year on Halloween.
Wow. I knew that. I knew you had a sister.
Yeah.
She's older.
Yep. So I have one younger sister. She's at UNH, and then my older sister, who I live with, and then I have an older brother who still is in Manchester.
So is the brother the oldest?
He's the oldest. Yep.
How old is he?
27, I think.
So 27, and then your sister is the next one is what, 25?
She's 26.
And then you're 24?
I just turned 25.
You just turned 25? Jesus Christ. And how old's the youngest one?
Doesn't take an interest in my life.
Guys, you got to tell me when the birthdays are.
I'm just kidding.
I got a lot of shit going on here.
My birthday was in June. I didn't tell anybody, though. I felt awkward.
She didn't tell me either.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Nobody knew.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone knew about mine.
Yeah, we know.
Well, that's sad. That makes me sad that we didn't have any kind of celebration or nothing.
Yeah, it was pretty
25's
It was a big number.
Yeah, that's a big number. Did you go?
Yeah.
Did you have a nice time?
Of course I did.
Good for you.
Thank
And
you.
how old is the youngest?
She is 22.
So they were busy people. 27, 26, 25, 22.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, they were running around going to different events. Yeah.
What
Same.
did you?
What did you think?
What did you think?
Same. That's where I was.
Oh my
Good. I'm
God.
glad it was just-
What is wrong with you people? I just was thinking
That's exactly what I was thinking.
you got one in you got one in 8th grade, you got one in 7th grade, you got one in 6th grade. They all have their own friends. They're trying to go to the dance. They're all 3 girls, 1 boy.
yeah.
Like there's a whole.
Yeah, it was busy. I feel like I was always the friend that needed rides from all of my other friends because my parents were too busy doing.
Oh, you were that kid in the family?
Always.
Yeah.
Oh,
Family
yeah.
has one.
Yep.
I was definitely that kid.
You were the get a ride kid?
Yeah.
Hey, get a ride kid.
The amount of times I would have like a soccer game and I was young. This is like 6th grade, 5th grade. The game would get done at like 8 p.m. and I'd be looking around for my parents and no one was there. And I'm like, they were here when the game started, and some random person would come up to me and be like, oh, your dad asked me to give you a ride home because he has to go pick up whoever. And I'm like, okay.
I'll get in.
I'll get in your van.
That's what they warned you about.
Up in New Hampshire.
Oh, is that a puppy?
So maybe maybe that's why you didn't tell anybody about your birthday, because you just used everybody just kind of.
Yeah.
Skipping over it.
Oh
Wow.
my God,
We're
you
gonna
guys.
we'll
It just
celebrate your work anniversary.
We will.
Yeah.
We just went deep right there for a minute.
Yeah, we did. I almost cried, actually.
Yeah. You all right?
I did.
Amy's
Did you
tearing
play?
up.
So you played soccer growing up.
Yep, I played soccer.
Anything else?
No, it was just soccer. I ran track for a little bit too. But that was it. And
Yeah.
then I did that up until senior year of high school, and then I stopped.
You didn't play your senior year? You did.
I did play my senior year. Yeah, not for my school, but
Right.
I
This
played.
I remember. See, I remember
Yeah.
this part. You played club soccer,
Yes.
not high school soccer.
Not high school soccer. I played high school soccer for 2 years, but all of my friends played club, and I did it more socially. I wasn't very competitive. I wasn't very good. So
sounds like an amazing club.
I did it
Here,
more
take my money.
socially because they all did it. So I couldn't.
But did you meet them all through the club? Like, is that how you met them? Like coming up as a kid? Oh, they were all from the same town? Like, how did it?
Kind of both. Like a lot from my rec leagues growing up, and then also just from school and from high school. Also, some of the girls from my high school also played on this club team.
Got it.
Yeah.
So did those girls not play on the high school team?
No, they did. So this specific team had a season in the fall and in the spring. So, and then the high school season was only in the fall. So they'd play in the spring.
Got it.
I did both.
Of course you did. And I got rides to and from all of it.
I got rides, lots of rides. Yeah.
So, did you go to Manchester High?
Yeah, so Manchester actually has 3 high schools, like 3 public high schools. So I went to one of them.
Okay.
Central High School.
Was there any thought of ever going to a private school? Does that happen up in New Hampshire? I mean, there's some wonderful private schools up there.
Yeah, there are private schools. I don't know. It just, I don't.
Your parents didn't even know you were around.
I was gonna say I don't think I had a choice. It was just I just went to Central. I don't think I even had an option to go to a private school.
Did all your other brothers and sisters go to Central?
My sisters did, and then my brother ended up going to a different public high school, but it was.
Did he get thrown out?
No, he didn't get thrown out. I'm not even sure why. It
seems
just
like
the
you
way
weren't
that it
paying
worked
attention.
out.
You weren't taking much of an interest in his life, unlike not unlike my interest in your life.
Yeah, I guess.
But this is why I have you on the podcast, so I can get to know all these things, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So did you have any like teachers or coaches coming up that influenced your life?
Honestly, like not really.
Really?
I didn't really like a lot of the coaches that I had. I didn't really get along with a lot of the teachers that I had.
Real problem with authority.
So
I guess so.
I do. Yeah. No, not really, but I don't think so. I don't have anyone outside of my family that's had a massive impact on my life.
All right. So who inside your family has had a big impact on your life? So who do you if shit goes down, who are you picking up the phone and calling right now?
My dad.
Your father.
Yeah.
He's gonna take care of it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
He's gonna get it done.
Absolutely. Anytime I didn't have a lot of issues in school. People are gonna think that I'm some rebel, but the times that I did have problems, he was always the one that got the call.
Yeah, not your mom.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, definitely not my mom.
See, it's a little different. Well, I mean, I guess for school stuff and social stuff, my wife gets the call. But for anything outside of that, I get the call. You know, car, whatever.
You're saying from the kids.
Yeah, and my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you got a flat tire, you would call your dad.
Yes.
Actually, just happened last
Well,
week.
that's the
or
one.
I would just call one of you guys.
That's
What's the difference
by the way,
between us?
that's still under investigation, and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you a story that describes the difference between Keith and I. So I get the text message.
Oh my God.
I get the text message from Madison. Hey, I got a flat tire. I'm going to be a little late. And actually what happened was I took a picture of her empty seat at like
psycho
9:10, and I sent it to her like, workday has started. Where are you? More as a joke. I think you guys will all agree that I don't really keep tabs on people here at Crowd Lending as long as they're doing their work. Right, Keithy?
Yes.
So she texts back, hey, I got a flat tire. I'm on my way. I'll be there in a little bit. So I immediately march into
It was a sprint.
Keithy's office.
It was a run.
And I'm like, flat tire? That's bullshit. And Keithy goes, oh, do you think she needs help?
I literally
That's not how I said it.
I got a text from Dan that was like, yeah, I've heard that one before. And then I get a text from Keith that's like, do you need any help? Are you okay? And I'm like, the difference between these two
But
people.
then what did Dan do after I told him what I did?
And then Dan asked me if I needed help.
Because I was told what the right thing to do.
He was forced to ask me if I was okay.
All right, so you go through Manchester High, play some soccer, rebel a little bit, hate all your coaches, hate all your teachers.
No hate. you know.
No, I will say
influence
this.
either.
I didn't have anybody. I wouldn't say I had any coaches or anything that really, or teachers that I was like cared about or kept in contact with. Some people sit in that chair and they're like, oh, I still talk to my English teacher from 10th grade. I'm like,
A little creepy.
yeah. I'm like, Miss Bailey? Pick up the phone and call her. Kidding me?
I would dodge her in a supermarket.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's Miss Bailey.
Yeah,
Like,
they probably wouldn't even recognize me
push
or
the
know
cart.
who I am. Like, who are you again?
Yeah. You remember me? I sat in the back,
Yeah,
chewed gum all the time.
right.
So now it's time to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens?
So I went to St. Anselm College, which is in Manchester also.
Wow, really?
So I didn't really get
Spreading
out.
those wings.
I think I was so nervous to leave home. I don't know why I had such anxiety being far away from home. So that's what I chose. My mom had also gone there. So there was like some influence there. My sister was there. So I kind of just followed that.
Did you look anywhere else, or was it like I'm going to St. A's?
Yeah, I had applied a couple other places, but I think I knew that I wanted to be close by. And then about a year in, I realized that I should have gone somewhere farther away. Like, I'm happy I went there, and I'm happy, you know, with all the people that I met, obviously. But I think that if I could do it over again, I might have gone somewhere farther. But I don't want to say that because of, you know, the people that I've met and the relationships.
Yeah, no,
that I
listen,
have
you're
that
not
came from
offending
college,
anybody,
you
but
know?
why do you say that?
I think just because I was so scared to go far away, and I think that it's important to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and to just like want to do things that scare you but that are going to help you grow and that are going to benefit you. And I think it would have benefited me more if I had gone somewhere farther.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We love this.
Do I
Yeah.
sound like a motivational speaker?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Get out of your comfort zone. That's the message for today.
It's so important.
Yeah,
to-
try a different place to go to get your coffee, maybe something like that.
Dunkin Donuts.
Just go to a different Dunkin'
Yeah. Well, so that's interesting, but you didn't apply to anywhere out of state. Like you didn't even.
No, I applied to UNH, applied to Plymouth, and I mean, I got in. I just kind of knew that I was gonna go to St. A's.
Yeah, and you're the second St. A's employee that we've had,
Yeah.
and I would say both have been wonderful. So
I
kudos
could not agree more.
to
But-
St. A's.
But who do you like better?
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
Cut
But
tape.
it's me.
I don't know if Victoria's listening. Do
She
you-
might.
She might.
She might.
Yeah. I like you both the same.
Good answer.
Yeah.
That's a very dad answer.
Yeah. Well, I am a dad.
Two of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and what do you study at St. A's?
I studied finance, and then I also minored in math.
Wow.
I was
That's
all
some
about
pretty heady stuff.
the numbers. Yeah, it was difficult, but I got through
Yeah.
somehow.
Nice. And why did you choose those two?
To be honest, it was because
Hold on a second. Time out.
sorry.
There's nothing I hate more
I know.
Can't
The
say that.
second I said it, I
than
was
when
like,
someone starts a sentence with, to tell you the truth, or to be honest, because that means that everything else you told me was a lie.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that.
The second I said it, I knew. It's like, he's
That was one of the first
he's
things you
gonna
ever
yell at
said to me.
Really?
Yeah. I said it in my interview, and you and Chris were both like,
Same. Tori warned me, actually.
Did she really?
Don't say that in front of him. And then I think the first time I spoke to you, I said it. And you said, don't say that in front of him.
don't say that in front of me.
I just found my new catchphrase.
Oh, he's gonna say it all the time now. And we still hired you guys, so you got over that
True.
little
That is
hurdle.
true.
But yeah, don't say that. It's terrible, isn't it, Keithy? Don't-
Yes. Yeah. To be honest, Dan, it's not.
To be honest.
Never misses an opportunity. So what were we talking about before I interrupted you? I'm sorry.
We were talking, finance and math.
Yeah.
My majors.
Why'd you pick those?
Because, so I had gone in undeclared because I didn't know. And then junior year came around and you had to pick something.
Yeah.
And I had already taken all of the finance and business classes because I figured it was either going to be finance or business. And then I think my dad or something taught talked me into doing finance because it was a little bit more specific. And then I knew I wanted to do something with math also because I was good at it. So I just minored in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of like I didn't know what I wanted. I just figured I needed something.
Yeah, I had to pick something.
And that was it.
And my dad told me to do finance, so
Pretty
I
much.
did finance.
It was between business and finance.
So what does your dad do for a living?
My dad? Oh, he does a lot.
So he's an entrepreneur.
So growing up, he worked in construction. He had a construction company. And then he got into the marijuana business.
Oh,
and
wow.
he started Nature's Remedy. I don't know if anyone's heard of that.
Yeah.
And then he sold that a few years ago, and now he's retired and living his best life. He got his helicopter pilot license.
Wow.
And he got his scuba diving certificate. Last week he was in like North Carolina or South Carolina on some like scuba diving exhibition. He's traveled a bunch. He was in Turkey a couple months ago.
How old is he? Guy's my idol.
Very
Although I don't like traveling, scuba diving, or helicopters.
Dan, I was just gonna say, Dan's a huge scuba diver.
But you'll walk on an elliptical and let him tell you about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and then feel like I should have done something. I'm
I'd be
living.
like, damn, I need to do more with my life.
I'm living vicariously through Madison's dad.
Yeah. I went up in a helicopter with the helicopter once with him, and it is
The helicopter?
no, like a helicopter.
Okay.
We don't have a helicopter.
I was like, damn.
No. And
Stop me Googling him tomorrow.
it's
This guy, get him in here.
Already-
Does he
already
want to
Googling-
invest in the fund? What's going on here?
Already Googling
My
her boyfriend.
My thought was
I Googled the boyfriend right away.
My thought was he's growing pot, and now he flies a helicopter. So like, where's he bringing the pot? That's what I'm thinking.
It's
Right.
legal now.
That's true.
It is pretty much legal now.
Yeah, that's true. I went up in the helicopter, and it's terrifying. It is the craziest feeling going up in the air just straight up versus being on a plane where you're moving forward.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary. I like freaked out when we first went up, and then once we left, it was fine. But
Yeah, once you shared some of that marijuana, everything was copacetic.
exactly.
This is amazing.
Bold the
Wow.
helicopter.
Box the helicopter.
Quick stop at Dunkin.
Hotbox the helicopter.
Oh, stop. This is unbelievable. We're not supposed to be talking about these things. Hot box in a helicopter. All right. Okay.
Oh my
So
God.
your father nudges you to finance and
Yeah.
math,
Mhm.
and sounded like your mother and your sister nudged you to St. A's,
Yeah, I think that's just where I felt comfortable.
and your anxiety nudged you in that direction.
Oh yeah.
But you don't have anxiety. You don't seem like a nervous person to me.
That's so funny you say that because I have crazy anxiety.
I don't feel like I don't even know her.
I know.
Every
Oh my
day for a year, I've seen this poor kid. I don't even know anything about it.
Riddled with anxiety.
Really?
I'm riddled with anxiety. Not so much anymore.
Well, then you mask it.
used to
You
be.
hide it. Well,
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't bring that to work.
no, you can't.
Fake it.
Certainly
No.
not.
Go home and just
No.
pull the covers up over your head and cry all night.
If I did bring it here, you'd be like, "Hey, as long as you get your work done, I don't care if you're crying.
Yeah, I don't care how crazy you are. Just get your shit done.
Get your work done." Yep, sounds about right.
Well, I hope that works out for you. The
Thank
anxiety,
you.
whole anxiety thing.
Thank
So
you so much. It's better now.
Good.
It was so much worse when I graduated college and when I went to college. I think that just change, I guess, that's another thing. It's important to do things that make you uncomfortable. Change makes me uncomfortable, but got to do what you got to do.
So you graduated St. A's in what year? Now
2020, so in COVID.
during COVID.
Yeah, so we got kicked out 3 months before graduation, or before we were supposed to graduate. So my senior spring was
You didn't have a
robbed
senior.
from
You didn't
me.
have a senior spring.
no.
Oh my gosh.
And it was, the quarantine was so crazy. No one really left their house. All of our classes became online. I think they were just trying to rush through
Yeah, get
the
it
year
done.
and just get it done because they had like a week to figure out how to teach all of us online, because St. A's doesn't have like an online program,
Yeah,
like so many other colleges do. So yeah, it was kind of a shit show.
yeah, because it was March. It was like March 15th or something when COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
brutal.
Yeah.
Spring
So you-
weekend was like my favorite.
Yeah, right. There was so much that we didn't get. There's like, your senior formals. There's like a concert. There's
Yeah, just all kinds of
so
stuff.
much stuff.
Graduation?
Miley
Did you walk
Miley Cyrus?
get a diploma and everything? Or they did
A
that all-
year. They did it a year later, so I ended up walking with the
Class of
grade
2021.
below me. Yeah. So
Wow.
we did get to walk, but a lot of people weren't there. Like none of my friends went to that graduation. I only went because I lived
Yeah, because it
20
was in your
minutes
backyard.
away,
It's right next to you.
basically.
Yeah, finish my Dunkin' and head over and get my diploma. Wrap up this iced coffee here and head over and get my diploma real
Pretty
quick, and then head back home and get back on the covers.
Oh yeah, basically yeah. They had our graduation in 2020 virtually. So I have like a photo of me in my living room, cap and gown,
Oh man!
and they're doing it over the TV.
Oh, that
It was
stinks.
So sad.
It was so depressing because you're so upset about just the end of college and you don't have like your friends there.
Yeah, the whole
It
thing,
was-
like the such a big change.
It's-
Wrapping up, that's the biggest change, right?
Yeah.
Going from like student to
Real
working.
world.
Right. Yeah. And it was just like, it's such a big moment that, you think about for years, and then that's how it happens. You graduate in your living room with no one except your parents.
My God, that's so sad.
Yeah. It
That's
was
terrible.
it was
heartache.
really sad. It was
But you
we should
survived
throw
it.
We'll
sad.
throw you a graduation.
I got through
She
it.
needs to have a birthday party,
Yeah.
a graduation
a
party.
work-anniversary.
I mean, there's so many parties we're gonna have for this kid. I have a whole new respect for you. Not that I didn't respect you before, but a whole new respect.
She needs to be celebrated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do.
Did you have birthday parties as a kid?
So that was another thing.
Oh boy.
Like not really. We had like little things, like I might like I'd have like my friends over maybe on my birthday, but no, I never did the big birthday parties. I also never cared to. I'm not one that likes to like throw myself a party, and I don't think my parents wanted to
Throw you a party.
take the time to do it either. But I mean, that's not true. I had like little things at my house, like my friends would come over, but there were birthday parties I'd go to where like their parents had all of like these activities ready
Yeah.
to go, and they planned a whole day. That never happened.
Yeah,
That
I didn't have
wasn't-
those
That
either.
wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I don't
Yeah.
think, I don't know how I'll be when I'm a parent, if I'll do, anything extravagant like
Well,
that. but-
most people parent the way they were parented.
Right. Which honestly, I honestly had such a good childhood that I feel like when I am a parent, I'll probably just try and do exactly what my parents did.
Well, that's a very nice compliment to your parents.
Yeah.
That is.
So when
Yeah.
they're listening, remember that, parents.
You're welcome, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, mom and dad. What are their names?
Robert and Claudia.
Claudia. Oh.
Yeah.
Robert. Are they native to New Hampshire? Like,
Yeah.
they born and raised?
My dad was born and raised in Massachusetts.
Oh.
But my mom grew up like down the street from where we live.
So how does your dad feel about you guys being down here in Boston, tearing it up?
He is happy for us.
Yeah.
He likes it. Yeah. Yeah, he's happy about the new place that we got.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, they bought you
They're
bought a
good
place,
with
right?
it. Yeah. Yeah.
You and your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Did one buy it and one's renting, or did you buy together?
We bought it together.
Okay.
I don't know if I wouldn't have qualified on
Yeah.
my own. Neither would she have. So it was good we went in on it together.
Nice.
Yeah, but that was my big goal post college and getting into real estate and everything was to buy something. So that was kind of a big milestone for me.
Well, I feel like
Huge.
I barely even knew. She's like, "Oh, I'm closing on Friday." I'm like, "What?"
Oh yeah. I was like,
she's
I
so
gotta leave
humble.
early.
I know, humble pie over there.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I know. It's nice to have a person like that around.
It is.
Sure is.
All right, so you get out of you have this horrific graduation. Your life is in complete disarray.
My life's in
You're just
shambles.
completely stressed out, and now you got to get a job.
Yeah.
So where do you get a job?
So at the time, everyone was getting laid off because I don't know why. The companies were losing money. Everyone was getting laid off. No one's hiring. So I know for myself and a lot of my friends, we all had a lot of difficulty finding jobs. And then I knew I wanted to do something in real estate. I didn't know exactly what yet. But Citizens Bank had this like loan officer mentorship kind of program. So I did that, and my mom worked for Citizens, so she's actually how I heard of it.
Another little nudge there.
So I did, yeah.
Parents are a big nudge for this kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My parents have had a lot of influence on my life.
Nice.
For sure.
I like that.
Yeah. And so I did that, and I loved it because when I got into it, the one industry that was doing really well during COVID was the mortgage industry.
It was cranking.
Because rates were, 2%. You could convince anybody to, refinance their home. So when I got into it, it was great. I loved it, and I loved working with people. I loved what I did. But then, 2 years later, rates are back up. It was impossible for me to find business. So then I started looking, and then I found you guys.
Oh, crowd lending.
Yep.
And it was a good fit because you had the loan officer background. You understood the language. You spoke the language. You wanted to be in real estate. You're good at math. Doing a lot of math here.
Right.
So kind of like all these little nudges throughout your life landed you right here at crowd lending.
Yeah. It was the perfect fit because I had the finance background, but I knew I wanted to do something in real estate.
Yeah.
So it is the perfect position. I don't know if I'd ever go back to doing the origination side of it. But
yeah, because this is more of processing if you were going to put a label on it.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Which is better. I
Back
think it's
office.
better
But now
fit.
you're managing some people. I mean,
yeah.
really moving up in the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And I have you to thank for that.
Yeah,
Dan.
well, that's what I was waiting for.
And the biggest nudge.
Yeah, is nudge.
The biggest nudge of them all
Is nudge.
is Nudge himself.
Unbelievable. And with that, we're going to wrap it up because I don't know that you can.
We're done.
Yeah, I don't know you can end it any better than that. Well, we hope you like it here. We hope you enjoyed your time on the show. Keithy, nice to have you aboard.
Thanks, Dan.
We're going to be putting it out to a vote to see if we like this format. But the only vote that really counts is Keith's. So, and he's voted yes. So he'll be around. I've got some great guests lined up. So thank you, Madison Carr from New Hampshire. Go have a Dunkin Donuts. Everybody go to the Nut tomorrow night and all day Saturday. Buy your food. Donate to the program. Root beer, get this out so everybody can hear it. Keithy, thank you very much. Madison, thank you very much. Root beer, you're the best. And like I always say, if anybody needs anything, you know where to find me because everybody needs a nudge. Goodbye. Say goodbye, Madison.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.